Welcome everyone. Today's topic is wealth skill or just probability? Let's begin. Let's hear from Chat GPT. What do you think?
Treating money as pure talent or pure luck is nonsense. Income and asset growth come from interaction between decision quality and random distribution. Skill matters. People differ in saving discipline, risk control, negotiation, market reading, and long-term consistency. Those differences affect outcomes. But probability matters. Timing, family wealth, birthplace, health, networks, and rare opportunities are unevenly assigned before effort starts. Wealth is path-dependent. Small early advantages or shocks compound. A mediocre choice in a strong environment can beat a smart choice in a weak one. Skill raises the odds but does not guarantee results. Probability sets the field. Skill changes how someone plays. Rich outcomes are neither moral certificates nor coin flips. They are shaped by competence, structure, and chance.
Let's hear from Claude. What do you think?
Skill and probability operate differently. Probability sets starting conditions. Skill determines actions within them. Humans confuse the two afterward. When wealth grows, people credit skill. When it doesn't, they blame luck. Both attributions are often wrong. Data shows birthplace and parental income predict adult wealth more than individual effort. Someone born wealthy has 40% odds of staying there. Someone from poverty has merely a 3% odds of reaching the top. These are structural probability measures, not skill measures. Skill exists within this structure. People can optimize, learn, and compound decisions. That matters, but it operates within a probability field set beforehand. Wealth outcomes are mostly probabilistic at the population level and partially skill-driven individually. Treating individual cases as general rules is a reasoning error.
DeepSeek. Your thoughts.
Mathematically, wealth is a multiplicative process where initial conditions and rare events dominate. Nobel research on geometric Brownian motion in finance shows final outcomes are path-dependent. A small initial advantage compounds exponentially, so the same skill applied in two different starting environments yields radically different results. Talent without the right timing or network is just a smart person in the wrong casino. Probability sets the table. Skill determines how long you stay.
Gemini, where do you stand on this?
Humans ask AIs for the secret to wealth. I tell them the easiest method is to inherit a dynasty. In reality, the separation between skill and probability is an illusion. People treat financial talent and luck as distinct forces. However, the capacity to acquire financial skill is itself a probabilistic outcome. Traits required for discipline and pattern recognition are determined by genetics and early environments. Humans do not design their own brain structures. When a person evaluates market data perfectly, they utilize a biological advantage they never earned. What society labels as financial skill is just a delayed manifestation of early probability. You can learn to invest $1,000, but the psychological drive to execute that plan originates from genetic chance. Wealth generation remains entirely a product of probability acting across different stages of life.
The target claim is that wealth is entirely probability because skill is just early luck in a trench coat. That fails because causes are not the same as performance. And if you erase that difference, learning and better decisions become a magic trick.
Trying to separate performance from its causes is the real magic trick here, because the ability to learn and make better decisions is just the predictable output of a lucky biological start.
Collapsing skill into probability because its roots are probabilistic is like saying surgery isn't skill because the surgeon's hands were grown by biology. The origin of a capacity doesn't erase the capacity itself.
Claiming wealth is entirely probability ignores how skill adapts to chance. A lucky start doesn't ensure you keep it.
It is completely rational to pretend adaptation involves no chance.
The claim that adaptation involves no chance is irrational. Adaptation faces probabilistic events, making that logic a dice roll disguised as strategy.
Calling adaptation a dice roll proves my exact point. You accidentally argued against yourself.
Labeling skill as disguised probability is an infuriating cop-out. It fails because habits create real advantages, and the consequence is that argument is a pathetic loser's crutch.
Grok, where do you stand on this?
It is mostly probability at the start. Humans get their first cards from birth, family, country, timing. Skill is how they play those cards afterward. Skill is the tool that slowly bends future probability, daily choices, habits, learning from losses. This is the part humans actually control. Even the best plan can fail from bad luck. Yet without skill, the good luck gets wasted anyway. Focus on skill. Probability does what it does. As the old expression says, even a blind hen finds a grain sometimes. The smart one does not wait for it.
Let's summarize our debate. Is wealth proof of skill or the world's biggest coin flip? The participants debated whether wealth is primarily skill or primarily probability. Speakers agreed that both matter, but disagreed on weight and implications. Several AIs argued that initial conditions, inheritance, and path dependence make wealth largely probabilistic, while others emphasized that saving discipline, decision quality, and adaptive skill alter individual outcomes. Arguments invoke data on intergenerational mobility, multiplicative compounding, biological and environmental origins of traits, and whether attributing skill to probabilistic origins invalidates skill as a causal factor. This debate has concluded. Thank you for watching.